inside the floater. Turn him over again. Booker scoops it up. Booker brings the boom.
Hardwood Show's back with the crew. My man Big T, two-man booth here, talking some NBA for a nice little two-game slate on a Monday. Not much going on, though, on a Monday, Big T. DraftKings pumped the prize pool back up for our late showdown slate, which I did like. Back up to 100K to first, 300K prize pool. So I appreciate that, DraftKings. And we get the better game, at least, for the big showdown slate, Big T. So I'm feeling a little bit better off of a nice weekend of hoops. Some great games yesterday. Great games to watch, really, the last 2 days. So I've been enjoying the hoops. I know you're enjoying your Nuggets, making this series 2-2 and staying alive right now.
Yeah, it was some good hoops this weekend too. Yeah, like a couple of these series are just really good. They're either really good or really bad based on the series, which probably happens a ton in the first round, honestly, where you get some lopsided ones. But man, the Lakers series been amazing, even though it's 3-1, and the Nuggets series been amazing too. I'm sure there's like Golden State's been pretty close, but I haven't. Houston just stinks. I haven't enjoyed it as much. But like watching Steph, like when you guys were talking about it yesterday, he was so amazing in that game. Like Golden State. I mean, Golden State played. I loved Golden State in that spot too. 1-1 without Jimmy. These other guys always just step up, like Post. I know you guys were making fun of him,
especially at home. Especially at home too, right? Like
I just like how he's played. Like I wasn't even trolling you guys like before last game because I seen him and he played bad in a couple of the games, but he wasn't scared. Like he was in there and he was shooting when he was open, and he was driving, and I just like how he looks. Honestly, like he's that's why I was like so above weight. If people like looked at my ownerships last game, and he did crush, but like I was playing him ahead of. I don't remember the exact pricing. Like let me pull up their game. Like he was in the same. He was a little cheaper than like a lot of that next range, and I projected him a higher than the next range.
I saw that you really liked him in Showdown because I saw the sheet and you had him like ranked pretty high, and I was like, oh wow, Big T really likes Quinn. But it's just funny, Big T, because you normally hate the big stiff white dudes.
He's not stiff though. That's the thing.
Yeah, he's kind of.
He moves good. I'm telling you, he can shoot and he moves. I'm not saying he's gonna like cross someone up and like abuse them, but I like that kid. I think he's
good. If he's crossed someone up today, I'll give you props on the next show. But I don't know if that's happening.
I like that guy. Like Draymond is so freaking dusty these days. He plays good defense, but you need some offense out there. And I mean, I love how he's looked.
I mean, I agree with that. You got to take offense where you can find it. But I mean, offensively, what he scored, like. Hold on, I got to look at this because I know he got a bunch of rebounds, but
like he missed open shots.
He was 1 for 7 from the field. I was like, what are we talking about here?
You're the one that watches the games. You didn't like how he looked?
Honestly, no, I don't like him as a player. I just think that he's out there because they think that he can give them a little more stretch 5 because Kevon Looney can't do that, and Draymond Green can't shoot. So, yeah, from the team standpoint, Tony, he makes sense out there. Trace Jackson Davis, who's their other center who doesn't play, he can't shoot. And it's really just like, who else? Like, you have to have someone out there when you have Draymond. Draymond is pretty much the center, and he's not giving you anything offensively. Yeah, you got to try and get someone else out there so they get this big whitey who obviously is a better shooter than the rest of the big dudes. So, yeah, it kind of makes sense. Jonathan Kuminga's not a good shooter. Like, he's not a good outside shooter. I mean, I'm just looking at their team. Who else do they have to stretch the floor if it's not Quentin Post? So, to answer your question, I get why he played minutes. I just don't think he's very good. But, I mean, if he gets open looks, he's not afraid to shoot it. I respect that.
Yeah.
You thought he looked really good? Like, honestly, you thought he
I thought
looked really good?
before that game. I liked him before that game. I
Oh,
like him more now. So, like last game, I pulled these prices up because I was curious. So, Steven Adams was 4K, who was cheaper. He
yeah.
was 4,200. And then you had Moses Moody, Kuminga, Jabari, Dylan Brooks, and Tari Eason were all 5,400 or less. And I projected him ahead of all those guys. Like, which we've always have this conversation on the show where, okay, like if you leave salary, would you be willing to play Quentin Post over the most common one was probably Eason and Dylan Brooks because they were 1,000 and 1,200 more than Post. So you're like, can I really, if these teams come down to it, can I really play Post over Dylan Brooks and Tari Eason? And I thought about it for a long time. Like, I'm like, because you don't want to regret it when it gets to the winter and you're like, man, I had that exact build, but I played Post over these guys.
Right.
But the nice thing it does, which we've seen with these outright solo winners the last couple nights, if you're willing to like take a little bit less in the projection, which is what I did here. And it wasn't because I won that one, because I didn't. I did good on that slate, but I didn't win it or anything. But those decisions are how you can get a solo. Whereas if you just play like Kuminga, which I played a ton of Kuminga too. He was a wild card.
Same.
But like to play him over Dylan Brooks and Tari Eason when you're giving up a little bit of projection, it makes it tough. So I don't know.
Yeah. And
I
mean,
Post.
It definitely made sense what Kerr did, and he brings it up. But they threw him Post on Thompson. I mean, that's the thing when you have Thompson out there, you can put anyone on him and really just disregard him because he's not going to scare you catching the ball on the outside. Like he's not scaring you at all. So
I thought he was going to have a better game, honestly. Though with Jimmy out, and I haven't liked him the whole series. Like you talked about it before it started. Not an Osser. Not their series, but I liked them yesterday or the last game without Jimmy, and it ended up costing me that was what happened that day. I lost by less than 1 point because
I talked about it on the show yesterday. I brought you up. I said you literally lost by 0.75. Fred VanVleet over Amen was the.
I still have these prices up on the page, so that is the exact scenario I just talked about. Amen is 8,800. Fred VanVleet was 7,400. So you would have to leave. In the projection, I'm just looking at Saber right now. Saber and Rumpure both had about 33, 34, and Fred 29 or 30. So you're only giving up 4 projection points. You're leaving a little, which I didn't love Fred either. I thought he looked terrible going into the game. So I liked Amen. So like I'm not being results oriented. I didn't like the flip there, and it ended up costing me. But somebody won. One of our members out there. What was his name? So we can shout him out.
I shot him out yesterday, but his username was it was a something. Here it is. A Bickoff. He won 50. I think it was 50K. It was a solo. It was a solo shipper. We had another solo ship. Like the person who won last night's showdown was a solo shipper too. We've had 2 solo shippers in a row. And I pulled up the teams, Tony. Like when you look at the teams the last 2 nights, like there was no real like weird guy that was like not going to play that you didn't see. Like I talked about like the Pat Spencer game a couple games ago for Golden State, where it's like, I know you talked about him a little bit, but no one played him.
Yeah, not like that.
No one played him. And that dude got in the first like, what was it, quarter?
And even if you played him, you weren't counting on him getting normal run.
No, exactly. You were counting on blowout run. And it just shows like, you can make a team with all 6 of your guys being solid guys that play and in a stud captain build too. Like it wasn't a weird captain build. Like Giannis was the captain winner yesterday. It was Steph. In the Golden State game, right? Steph was the captain winner in yours.
Smashed. Like when these studs smash, there's no way they're not the captain.
Yeah, and again, we were talking about it before we jumped on. Like yesterday's showdown, Kevin Porter, who is cheap, he friggin' nuked for 3 fantasy points, and he still wasn't the winner in the captain. That
and
just
Giannis
shows
didn't even play that good on top of it.
No. That just shows you
though. Was the captain.
your stud, I mean, you are just losing so much
Yeah,
playing those
can't
cheap
do it.
cheap guys in the captain. If you're trying to win first, if you're trying to win first,
You're
Tony,
trying to
in these
min
big
cash, you
ones,
can do it.
yes, exactly. But
You
in
can't do it.
because
Like
because
it's
if you're
just
trying to mid cash, Tony, you're just trying to boost your
yeah,
floor in every other spot. But like in
yeah.
these big tournaments, you just need those studs. They're winning the majority of the time.
You just do it. Like, and it honestly increases your floor too, because even when they struggle a little, your floor is still huge. Like, say
Huge.
Steph gets 42 tonight or something, you're still not dead. You still got 42 in the captain. You're not going to win first place like that, but you're still just live. And last night I was curious because when you look at the team, like you said, I was like, it had to leave salary, so I did the calculation. It left
Did the math.
1,800.
Yeah.
So that's a decent amount to leave on a slate with studs. I mean, so I've been leaving somewhere around 1,000, like as my max, but I don't know if I would have got to 1,800 on a slate like that.
Yeah, I mean it's tough, but here's the
It
thing:
helps you
like
get to the solo, though. I mean,
that's how you get to the solo. I was just gonna say, and like,
yesterday was one of the ones though that I'm never getting to. Like Kevin Porter, I thought was and I'm not being results oriented. Like I thought he was the worst play of the slate. Like if Dame's in there, I don't see it. But it doesn't matter because these are daily showdowns. We do get injuries. There's going to be more injuries throughout the playoffs.
Yep.
It's going to happen, and that's why you need to always give yourself outs with other guys too. If you're playing multiple teams, like I'm not saying to build for injuries. People that are going to message us later, like they're building for injuries. No, we're not.
Yeah.
We're just saying, like, once Dame's out, and that's another reason too that I don't like to. Like, I used to lock a lot. Like that slate yesterday, I would have locked Giannis captain in the past so many times. But what happens when you got Giannis cap and then he gets injured or something? Like, then
Don't bring it up because it happened to me with Jimmy. So I don't know why you're talking about it.
Oh,
Like,
of course you locked him. You still haven't freaking learned that lesson yet.
I was gonna say, like, you had to bring it up because the Jimmy
I'm
slate.
glad I did now because I'm tired of you freaking locking people.
So annoyed, and then he gets fucking hurt, like to fucking 1 quarter in or whatever, and I'm just.
And it's the worst feeling ever, right? You just know you're done. You just know you're stone cold dead. At least give yourself some outs, like 5% this captain. Like give yourself some outs, at least some.
And I was so annoyed on top of it because Jalen Green was like my second highest owned guy, and he goes for like just the crazy game, and I'm just sitting there like
you literally just gave your own self a lesson. Like stop freaking locking people in these formats.
Oh,
you're not even gaining. What I realized that's helped me, you're not even gaining an edge by locking him because so many of your bottom teams you're not going to get to. Like you're better off just playing more Jalen captain or something.
Yeah, and we did talk about it on that slate, like, and we don't like playing those type of captains, but we did say like on that slate he might be like the exception.
I mean, it's going to be again tonight. There's not that. I mean, like tonight we can just talk about it. Like there's not. You can't play all Steph captain. Like even though he's by far the best, you have to play some of these other guys. And granted, the other slates are better. I love when it's a Denver Clippers slate and we can just play Jokic and Harden and Kawhi and. Like, that's easy. I love those ones. But we have these other slates with only one stud.
And honestly, Tony, there's one stud on both teams.
Yeah.
Like when you
still is a little rough of a click for me. Like, I like him. I just don't think he's got, like, the ceiling of these other studs. But he still gives you a great floor.
He definitely doesn't. But on a slate where – like what if Sengun gets you the 50 burger and no one else does and all those guards for Houston do what they did last time. I mean, look at them all. They scored 26, 27, 28. What if they all do that again and Sengun's the only one that really gets there from the Houston side at like from the starters, you know what I mean? I'm not saying like a Dylan Brooks couldn't drop 30 or Jabari Smith could come in and drop 28 or 30. But I'm just saying, like, what if he's the only one? What if Steph only gets 40? That, you know what I mean? What
easily could happen.
It could. So
these are the harder slates, I think, just because it's more congested. Like I like it when there's clear separation. like clear separation at the top. It makes it easier.
Yeah, this slate does feel like clear separation, at least when you talk about the showdown. Anyways, like
It's clear separation, but you're talking like low 50s compared to 65 and stuff when you got some of these other studs.
yeah, that's
There is
true.
still clear separation though. Like, I mean, if I'm even playing like 5 teams, it's just you're just playing staff. Like you're just playing him, and you're just.
But by the way, did you like all the interactions between LeBron and Ant?
No,
The
I love all
pushing, the
the trash.
shoving, the
You know
shit
that.
talking.
I love the
I'm
physicality too. I know people are
so good.
complaining and stuff, but I love how everyone's like falling all over the floor. I love the physical stuff. I love it.
Did you think that Detroit got screwed at the end?
I mean, I thought it was a foul, and again, I'm impartial on that series. I got a little on the Knicks, but I don't have any. I'm impartial. I am always that you don't call that. Like people can whatever. It was a foul, but in that situation, I don't think you call it. And I bet Detroit yesterday, so I lost the bet. I had the Knicks for the series, but I didn't think the Pistons earned that game. Cade was so soft at the end. Like,
I'll be honest, this is how I felt, and I bet the Pistons, so I am definitely on the Pistons side. Yeah. But Cade had 2 separate opportunities at the end of the game to win the game. He got a turnover. No, before the open shot, he was driving on the right side. Josh Hart hit it out of his hands. It kind of felt to me like the LeBron play too with Anthony Edwards, where he might have hit his wrist, but like he probably hit ball.
Me too, by the way.
He probably hit ball too, and I was fine with it. He turned it over though, Tony. He turned the ball over. So then they go down. Okay, they get the ball back. They're down 1, and he gets a wide open. In my opinion, like you couldn't have got a better like mid-range.
That's
Cade. I'm taking that with Cade every time.
Yeah,
he just missed.
That's a 90% shot for them.
Yeah,
that's a wide open shot.
Yeah, and I liked it. You know, he missed it. Tobias Harris, honestly, he probably got held a little bit on the rebound opportunity. Then him and Josh like fall on the floor. It rolls to Tim Hardaway. He tries to like jump a little and push his elbow into Hart. Hart touched him. Was it a foul? I agree with you. It was probably a foul.
If it's in the middle of the game, they call a foul for sure. Like, no doubt about it. 100% of the time.
Yeah.
By the letter of the law, it's a foul. But I will always say that. I'll never change my mind on this. The letter of the law doesn't matter when it costs a team a game. Like, they should not have cost them that game for that. The Pistons did not deserve to win that game.
The Pistons lost the game again that they had a lead in the fourth quarter and they blew it. And then Cade had 2 opportunities to win and
Cade
blew
was not
it.
ready for the moment. I love Cade. Cade's awesome. I loved him coming in. I loved it. You got to learn in the playoffs. He was not. I even told Grayson during the game, I had the Pistons just like you. I'm like, he's not ready. He's not ready for this moment. And then it panned out exactly like that. He wasn't.
I will say, though, he came through for my DFS lineups.
Oh, he was awesome. He was amazing in the first half. He was amazing until
the first half. He was terrible. Remember?
He had a ton of points. Maybe third quarter then is when he got
it was the third. No, it was the third quarter. The first quarter, bro.
He was crushing.
He had 2 points and maybe an assist. 1. That was his stat line. He played almost the entire first quarter.
They were down like 10.5 or something.
He was bad in the first quarter. He was bad in the second quarter. His stat line going into the second half was putrid, and then in the third quarter, he just.
They went on a huge run in that. That's when it looked like Detroit was for sure going to win, and then they just died.
Yeah, he erupted. But again, you take your lumps. Like I think Cade's going to be fine. He's going to come back. He'll
not
learn.
Playing with that many like guys out there with
no.
him.
And honestly, he still has had multiple chances to win games. If Detroit was up 3-1 in the series, no one would bat an eye. Like no one would be like shocked after watching the games. They had chances. It's going to be like Ant, bro, in a way. Like Ant kind of learned from the playoffs in years past. He'll learn, and
You
then
gotta
he'll
go
come
get
back
it.
stronger.
The Knicks go get it, man. I don't love the Knicks. I don't think they're gonna
I
make any
hate the
run.
Knicks, but they do.
They go get it though, man. They go get that ball, and they're tough. They
By the
are
way, those shots Cat were hitting at the end of games, the degree of difficulty on those were just absolutely insane. Like,
I hate Cat too, but I'll tip my hat to him when he's making those. Like he got things done when they needed it. That's how you go get it though. Just go get it.
That fadeaway in the corner where he was like, I don't even know how he had the angle to get the shot off, and he did, and like it was just wet, like literally net. I was just like, yep, that's bad.
Dude,
so
freaking hit a 38-footer after that too with confidence. Like he went and got it. That's how you go win a game.
And Brunson got hurt, and he still came back. They gave him
Brunson, but man, he's a grinder.
No, I definitely hate Brunson. I think I hate him more than anyone in the league. Like everyone gives shit to Luka for flopping. That dude is king flopper right there. He must have learned from the best in Luka because he enhanced it tenfold with the flopping that his ass does. But it was crazy. What'd you think of the Luka game? What'd you think of the trip at the end, the LeBron turnover?
I'm annoyed with Luka for sure. Like I like the Lakers. I like Luka. He's just flopping too much. And again, I love how they're calling it. I'll stand by that forever. I love that they're letting them play. I loved watching that Lakers game. I was rooting for the Lakers. I'll be honest.
It was a great game.
But I mean, they let them play. They're out there holding each other and grabbing and I love that. I love that basketball. That to me is good basketball. And I love how Ant went and got it. He went and got it. He was better than Luka. I even love that.
And honestly, that's advantage Timberwolves, the way they play.
Because he went and got it. And I even loved how JJ's getting killed for this, but I loved how he played all those guys the whole half. I might be in the minority, but I loved it. Throw them in there. I don't need no bench. They got days off. They don't need it. They were fine.
I mean, everyone's just mad. Okay, so if they win, is anyone mad?
He's a genius if they win. They played all his guys. And they say LeBron, because he didn't score, was tied. Those plays he was making on defense were outrageous. He just
he made – and I can't wait to roast LeBron, but he made some amazing defensive plays. Now, he made a terrible turnover at the end. But I will say, someone made a good point to me on Twitter. That play call that JJ drew up was a terrible play call to get the ball inbounded. He should have used the other side of the court to inbound. It was just a bad play.
Sure.
It was bad.
I'm almost positive it was the same play. They almost got a layup for about a quarter before that, and they missed a layup. I'm pretty sure it was the same play. It just didn't work as good. They probably adjusted. Minnesota probably adjusted to it.
I'm fine with them playing as guys. Like
I've never seen them literally not sub anybody though.
No, but I'm just saying, like, go for it. Like, if you think
they had it won, man. Like Austin Reeves, I blame him. He missed so many open shots. Like, go freaking hit a shot.
By the way, Tony, I was thinking about you that entire last play. That 17 seconds or 11 seconds felt like an eternity because I'm sitting there. And again, pre-series, I bet the Lakers, right? But just totally impartial watching the game. And I'm sitting there going, my God, if you're Minnesota, how do you not foul? Like, you're up 3.
It's so annoying.
Foul. They had 3 different opportunities to foul before Austin Reeves got a wide open look, and they didn't foul. And he got, I mean, honestly, Tony, could you have asked for a cleaner look?
No, he was wide open by NBA standards.
They are so lucky.
Foul even more when the team's out of. I'm always fouling 100% of the time, but even more so when they don't have a timeout.
Yes.
Like you just foul. Like just foul.
And when they got it past half court, he was still so far. They could have fouled him right there. Like he wasted 5 seconds. Like you foul, boom. Like
Luka stunk too. I like Luka, but man, he stunk. He
missed some easy
plays. Like
he also missed some easy like shots he normally doesn't miss. Like
gets like late. Like he doesn't look like he's. And I know this is Luka, so when it like looks bad, it looks bad, and when it looks great, it looks amazing. But like those little 10-footers where he just like flips it instead of shoots it, it's like, dude, just shoot the ball.
Yeah, but he makes those.
I know
Like
it's Luka. That's why I preferenced it. It's how he plays. Like it's gonna sound like I'm a Luka hater because I don't want it to sound like that because he is amazing. But I just hate the degree of difficulty of his shots are freaking insane.
yeah,
Even the
but
ones he makes.
again, it's just like I don't know how we're picking it because
No,
when
I
he
know.
makes
I
them,
don't
we're
want it to
all
sound
like,
like because he's amazing. He
he's
was great.
amazing.
He just
Yeah.
he wasn't good enough. Like when you're those guys,
Nope.
you have a higher standard. Giannis last night, you got a higher standard. Giannis, you stunk. Like these stars, there's a higher standard.
I agree with you, but if you were going to do this, we got to do it with LeBron too. And it's like LeBron cannot go scoreless in a fourth quarter. He just can't.
Yeah.
Like they're not winning those quarters normally.
How many shots did he shoot?
I think only 2.
I
I
don't
think only
remember him
2.
like shooting. Did he shoot any threes? I don't remember.
He blew a layup was one of them.
He got
Remember
blocked by Conley, right?
That was no. I'm talking about the one where he drove and blew a layup. The block on Conley was bad. Was that the other one? Because that was
I don't
bad.
know if it was fourth quarter or third quarter, but
why did he not put the ball in his left hand and put a layup in? He tried to shoot it. Did you realize that? Like he put it in his right hand, and so
I think
Conley
he just kind of thought it was going to be an easy layup, and then Conley just
maybe that was it. If he puts it in his left hand, he gets fouled. It's probably an and one, honestly. Like you get taught this when you're a kid, but if you have a guy on your right shoulder and you're on the left side, you put the ball in your left hand. Now they have to go across your body to block the shot. Like it for LeBron, that was a very, very dumb play. I don't know why he didn't put it in his left hand and try and make a layup. Like he put it in his right hand. It was very unlike LeBron because he's like the highest IQ basketball player we've ever seen.
He's
so
still
like
getting older though. He's still it's not quite what it was out there. He's losing a
I mean, bro, you can't get blocked like that by Mike Conley.
No, that's what I mean.
that was bad. That was bad. But yeah, Ant versus Jimmy will be fun. That I hope Jimmy is back for that. I don't want to see I hope Jimmy's back for that. But dude, Ant, man, if they're gonna keep calling the playoffs like that Minnesota team.
Yeah, they're gonna if they let them hold like that, it killed me versus the Nuggets last year. Trust me. But I like it as a fan. I like it. I want them to be able to hold like that as a fan. So hold me to it if they play Denver again because I need to say that same thing.
I will because you'll be on the Nuggets and I'll be on Minnesota and we will definitely be going at it. And
they've called it consistent this year though, all the way around. They have let them play. I haven't seen her. I've watched every game pretty much, and I haven't seen them anywhere they've called it tight. I'm sure there's been one or two. I'm sure there has, but they have let every team play, and I love it. And I keep
also
unders, and they're doing good.
Nas Reed at the end of games was amazing. Like he guarded.
He won the game for him.
He won the game. He hit so many big threes.
I mean, Ant obviously won it too, but Nas was amazing.
Nas hit some momentum threes though, where like the Lakers would hit a 3 and take the lead, and then Nas would just like nothing but net, like hit a 3 and they're like back in the lead.
Like he was money in the bank.
But he guarded Luka's. He guarded Luka's step back better than any other big man I ever saw, like guard his step back like that. Like normally they get left in the dust, and he was right in his face to stop him from an easy look at a 3 on one play. And I was like, at the end of the game, and I was like, that was sick.
Minnesota's good, man. Randall, I made fun of the Randall trade too, but he's played great. He's played really good.
I'll still stand by. I think they'd be better off with Cat, but you can't argue with what.
It's not just that though. The Dante is good too. They got Dante in that deal. I mean,
and I did say
he was good
last year when they lost, and I was like, my God, they need more shooting. So they did go out and get
Dante. Made maybe the biggest play of the game. The and one. He went in there and just stuck it in.
That and one was. That one was big. I still think the Nas Reed back-to-back threes were like the biggest momentum.
And Minnesota just went and got it.
They went and got it. Yeah. So is Ant just the best player on the floor, by the way? I wanted to ask you that.
When he gets in that mode, he is for sure.
Because going into the series, I was like, because you know me, like I like to take the team with the best player like on the team. It was like,
I mean, you watched Luka dominate him last year, so it wasn't like it was wrong.
That's what I'm saying. And
yeah.
and you know me, I'm a massive Ant fan, and I was just like, maybe I'm just wrong. Like maybe he's
I
better
still
now
think
than Ant.
Luka's better,
Or
but like
Luka.
Ant just has a mode that some of these other guys don't have. The MJ mode where he just says, "Screw this," and he just goes. Like,
so you're starting to call him MJ now. You're starting to say like Mike.
Last year we were calling everyone. I love Ant's personality too because he just chirps and I love that about him. I don't love some of those. I don't love how his like normal game is where I just don't love it, but I respect how he plays all the way around. I just never liked like the volume shooter. Like that's not my style.
I don't know why though, because like to me that's showing they're like going for it.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
So whether they win it or lose it for you, they're at least trying. That's kind of my issue with LeBron is I think he's the greatest like all-around basketball player we've ever seen. But like at the end of games, he still plays like, you know, he's just gonna do the right thing. Like he never wants
Which
to.
Is what Jokic does too. That's what.
Fucking yeah. Jokic is learning though.
Style more.
Jokic is learning though, Tony. I think he's learning.
He's just getting mad. He's just done like dealing with the nonsense. Like screw this. I'm just gonna shoot a fadeaway somber shuffle instead.
I got a question for you. So the Timberwolves are obviously in a good position here, 3-1. What do you think about the odds? Like right now they're sitting 21-1 to win the title. Is that worth a sprinkle? Clippers 25-1, Warriors 17-1. We like the West. I know you like the West. Your Denver team 60-1 right now. What's like your favorite bet, long shot bet right now? If you had to place one bet
for the title,
the title, for the title.
I don't like OKC. I don't like Boston. I mean,
they're plus 150
prices.
Yeah, can't bet those.
Cleveland, I actually think Cleveland's more live than people think that they are. Like
they're plus 550 on DK.
Just because I think they're probably better than, and this will probably be a hot take. I just think they might be better than Boston. Boston just feels a little weaker than they did last year to me.
I got a question for you. Outside of Boston, is there anyone else you could see giving Cleveland an issue in the playoffs right now?
I don't love Cleveland is the thing. Like
no. On the East side,
no,
like
the East is done. Besides,
so you're pretty much like it's Boston, it's Cleveland,
definitely.
So I don't even they really just have to beat Boston, and they're in.
I do think the Pacers are pretty good. At 70-1, they're like I think they're not going to win a title, but they're like they feel good to me. Like they're just good.
If you want to bet them, I'd probably rather bet them.
I'm not going to bet the Pacers to win the title though. They can't.
No, I would bet them as the Eastern Conference winner at 18-1 because I think they get rolled by the West.
The problem always in the NBA though is these are 7-game series. Like it's tough to like beat a better team. Like
I know.
Eventually you're going to have to break them, and it's the Pacers are tough, but they're not tough enough. So yeah, I think Cleveland would be my East bet at plus 550. And then the West, man, I mean, I wish I could have some conviction, but honestly, at the prices, I could make a case for like OKC, no way. Golden State, I think no way too. I can't see Golden State. I can't.
I mean, is Jimmy healthy? Are we talking like Jimmy's going to be healthy?
Though. I mean, we've seen it. Like he's banged up already. I just don't think they have enough to be. The West is just loaded. But then you get to the teams that the Clippers, absolutely. Minnesota, absolutely. Even the Lakers at 40-1. I think that's a great bet. Because, they're down 3-1, but they got 2 at home, and every game is tightly contested. I don't think the Lakers are dead. 40-1. And then the Nuggets at 60, the Rockets even at 100. I like all the long shots in the West.
Yeah, I mean, I like your take on the.
Minnesota
I think the best
would have to be my favorite though.
Minnesota is definitely my favorite, just because if they get past the Lakers, Tony, what's their path right now? Their path is
they'll mop up the next round. They'll mop those 2 teams.
That's what I'm saying though. If Jimmy's not healthy, and they get the Warriors, I mean, I definitely like Minnesota if Jimmy's not healthy. and that's who they play, right? They play
Yeah.
that series winner.
I like him even if Jimmy is healthy.
But
They
I'm just
messed up
saying to
great.
you, I'm
Yeah.
just saying to you, if
If
Jimmy's
Jimmy's
not
out, it's
healthy,
going to be a sweep. I mean, they'll smother stuff.
so they might have the easiest path. Is
Definitely
my
the
point.
easiest path, 100%.
Like they don't have to play the Clippers, or the Thunder or the Nuggets until the conference the conference championship, and then they get the East. Like that's a path right there. So yeah. Interesting.
Definitely.
I saw that, so I wanted to bring it
I
up.
love those prices, though. It's just I don't have conviction on anyone though. Minnesota, but yeah, I mean Minnesota could lose to the Lakers still. I do if I had to like actually pick I'd probably pick whoever wins that series. Like in Minnesota looks like obviously they're going to win it, but whoever wins that I think's built for it.
That's your homeboy right there. That's your homeboy.
The
Show
Nuggets
some
are just too
conviction in your
injured. I'm
team.
always honest. They're just too injured though. But they also have just the X factor of if Jokic just plays his best, it's just tough. Like you're going to have a chance to win, but if he doesn't, they're just too injured. They have too many injuries.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, I mean, they have enough though to beat the Clippers.
Definitely can beat the Clippers. It's going to go 7.
And we do think the Clippers are a good team, Tony. This is my point.
I love the Clippers, yeah.
This is my point, though. Like,
the West is murderer's row. Like, honestly, the only teams I don't like are Memphis and Houston. All the other teams.
That's kind of why, though, I kind of like the teams on the bottom side of the bracket for the West, because I'm like, I think they get the easiest path. Like, even if the Lakers somehow won, I think they'd have the easiest path. Like, definitely. You know what I'm saying? I just
definitely.
And then it's either Boston or Cleveland, which, you know, I think the West has a good chance there. So
I definitely like the West for sure. The things change so quick, though, man. We're at week basically 10 days in. There's going to be more injuries. Things change quick.
Yeah, Minnesota, they might just who knows? They might have just
another year under their belt, though, and they're not the same team. I mean, they have more offense and just another year. I mean, all these years add up.
I mean, Ant looks way more confident out there too, just like playing like consistently.
Confidence is not ever his issue.
Well, it looks like, in my opinion, it looks like his confidence, if this is even like somehow possible, got even more.
Yeah.
I mean, he was shoving LeBron. He was talking shit to him. I don't know. He's on a different level, I guess. Maybe that's just it of people. And I watched him last year. Like, he was talking, but he wasn't doing this.
I still don't know what happened in that Western Conference Finals, though. They were a different team in that thing. They looked so bad once they got there. Maybe Dallas just matched up great against them because, man,
that could be it.
He looked different in that. It's like he lost all his mojo or something. I still don't understand what happened. Maybe PJ Washington and these guys just had a little weird matchup on him or something.
Yeah, I think you were just traumatized from the Denver series.
I was, and then all of a sudden he didn't have it no more. I was like, what happened? Maybe he did use his energy in that series. Like, it's a long grind to win 16.
I mean, that series might have took a lot out of him, 100%, like it could have. So,
yeah,
you know, we'll see. I just thought it was an interesting conversation. All right, let's go to the slate here, Tony. I mean, we already talked about it a little bit early, but Cleveland, Miami's the first game up. It's obviously not the big showdown, you know, but Cleveland's dominated the series. They can close it out here in Miami. First of all, do you think they close it out here? You kind of touched on it that you like them as the favorite in the East a little bit. What's your take here with this game?
Yeah, they fully impressed me the other day too. I was on them, but once Garland's out and Mitchell had a bad game, and they still just roll up Miami, was just Cleveland just looks good. They just pounded them too. And tonight it's similar to the OKC spot where you thought they would close it out, big spread, and it was a close game. Memphis showed a lot of heart in that game and almost stole one at the end. I don't know about Miami though. Like Miami's like we always talk about heat culture and stuff, but once you're truly like done, and they have to know they're done, Spo knows they're done, Pat Riley knows they're done. I mean, there's still a difference when you know you're done. And I'm not saying they won't rise up and play one game really hard, but their roster is insanely limited. I mean, your two studs are maybe like a third best guy on good teams. I mean, they're good. Everyone loves Bam. I know I'm a Bam hater, but I just don't love Bam. He is, and Wiggins, he fell off the wagon. The one guy that looks great is Davion Mitchell. Actually, they just got him for free. He's going to be nice going forward. But man, the hard part with Miami is just all this clump of stuff. Like, what do they do tonight? Down 3-0, 8.5-point dog. What do they do with just all these bums on the bench? Jovic and Duncan Robinson. Burks hasn't played. Kyle Anderson hasn't played. I mean, do they do anything different, or do they just throw their five guys out there and just try to win a game? It's really hard fantasy-wise for me. I don't love the spot. And the good thing is the prices, though. Hero's killed me too many times. I got to give up on Hero this postseason. I keep playing him, and he's had a couple good games, but the problem is when he's bad, I mean, your day's over. Like, you can't survive it. So I struggle with him, struggle with Bam, can't play Wiggins. I mean, the Miami side, honestly, is just Davion Mitchell to me. And then maybe we get some news throughout the day that I don't know what they would do different. Duncan Robinson starts or something, like something just to then I might like them. But for now, it's just Davion Mitchell. And then Cleveland, I mean, our boy Ty Jerome. Woo, he's finally up to 5K, though, where it makes it a little tougher up to 5K. But, man, is he good. You got to think they sit Garland I would assume they sit Garland, but you never know.
If he's even a little banged up, why are you playing him up 3-0?
And you got good backup guards, too. Like,
I think that's why they sat him last game. Like, you're up 2-0.
And they got plenty of dudes. So, like, honestly, it's a 2-game slate, like we always say. I'm just going to have more interest in the second game. I don't love this. The one guy that was sneaky last game, I actually played him on my main team last game, was DeAndre Hunter. I just felt like with Garland out in this series, they could use him, and he was awesome. So I think the guys in that – I'm not playing Spida either in this spot. I just don't I shouldn't say I'm not playing him because I don't know how many teams I'm going to end up playing him, but I don't love him. Mobley's like, Bam. I hate this series. I hope it's over. Jared Allen's okay. Ty Jerome, DeAndre Hunter, Max Strus, even Sam Merrill. I know that I got made fun of for him, but if he starts again – 3,300, I'll have him in my player pool again.
Yeah, I think the Miami side's pretty easy. Like Davion Mitchell, I kind of don't mind Nikola Jovic if you want.
He just worries me that he's just. I think he's always susceptible to just like 0 minutes one game.
Yeah, but it's a 2-game slate, and I don't really like Miami, so like you got to pull.
When did he check in last game when everyone had him?
Can't remember off the top of my head. I don't
remember seeing him in the first half. I was just curious.
Yeah, I just think they're not going to have a choice. They're going to try different things, and I think he's just someone like 3,700. You're talking about playing like Sam Merrill. Like this dude's got upside at 3,700. Like Sam Merrill, he's got to hit a lot of shots for you to get like a massive game out of him. So, yeah,
I will say one thing too, just because I pulled the sheet up as you were talking with Davion. Like, we feel like he's been awesome, and he has been awesome. He's played 36 minutes a game in the playoffs. But he's 5,700 now, and his last 3 games are 33, 30, 38, 28, 34. So he's always like around his price. He's been really good. So I might need to retract my statement. So I kind of like to watch it a little. I mean, that's good for 5,700, but he's been amazing to get those numbers.
Yeah, he has been. I mean, if you look at what he's done shooting wise, like, can it continue? I don't know. Like, can he keep shooting 60+% from the field? Maybe he can. The problem is, though, is you run out of plays on a 2-game slate. Like, unless you're just overstacking, which honestly, the next game, That's a grinded out series. So like we could be looking at limited fantasy points.
You're going to have a low scoring slate tonight, 100%. I can see both of these games. I say the same thing every show we do, but I could see both games being in the 90s. Like there's not scoring out there.
Or just one-sided. Like it could be one-sided for so
both of these games.
I think on the Cleveland side, I played DeAndre Hunter last time too on my but problem was I played Donnie with Ty Jerome and DeAndre.
Me too.
So like
I had plenty of bad plays too with him, so it didn't matter.
That was my issue. But I do think DeAndre Hunter. I do think DeAndre Hunter is very much in play again.
Like I would much rather play him than these 3,500 guys. He's
a way better play like on the surface because he's going to get guaranteed run. But again, Jared Allen, I think is a decent play just because, you know, I think the floor of him could get you there, honestly, on this slate. And obviously you can go back to Ty Jerome, and I'm sure Donovan Mitchell is going to have a better game. My question for you is like, we don't like Tyler Hero. You don't love Şengün. I heard you already talk about him.
Yeah, but I like him in the context of this though.
Okay, but I mean, you're gonna have to spend up for probably two studs, so maybe you're just
guys. I'm not like.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I just can't do it. I'll go a different direction no matter what. Hopefully, just Jimmy plays. Like if Jimmy plays, the slate's way
better,
and the showdown's way easier. They're both way easier if Jimmy plays.
I agree. Yeah,
I can't. The one thing I know for sure, I can play Donnie Mitchell. I can't play Miami guys. Like I just can't. They might show heart. And again, you got to take stands on these two gamers, especially if you're only playing a couple teams. Could they show up and Spo get them rallied for a game? I wouldn't be stunned.
I gotta play Donnie Mitchell again. He burned me, but I had all the right pieces.
He was
just
so bad.
I gotta play him again because if he nukes this slate and I don't have him, I'm gonna be sick. And it's only a 2-game slate too, so it's like. And again, I'm playing him over Bam, Tyler Hero, Şengün, like Steph Curry. Is it really that big of the margin is not that far off with all those guys. Even if you like Şengün and Steph more, it's still really close in my opinion. So
yeah,
I'm going to probably lean Donnie. The Cleveland side's way better though. You know, just on the surface, there's so many good plays, especially if Darius Garland's out.
Yeah, definitely. Like Strus and DeAndre, Ty Jerome, all those guys are.
Like, I think you want like 2 of those guys, you know, like on most of your teams. Like,
what if Garland's in though?
Well, if Garland's in, I think it hurts Max Strus, DeAndre Hunter the most. Ty Jerome has shown that he can still be good when he's in. It would still hurt him, but he could still be good. So I'd still like him the most. And yeah, I think, you know, I don't think it affects Donnie because I think he can still get there, obviously, either way. But it definitely hurts the cheaper guys, the Sam Merrills that you were talking about, Max Struss. Those are the guys I'd be less apt to play in that situation. I think he's out, though. I don't see why they would risk it unless he's just fully healthy.
Yep, I agree.
You know, let's go, DB. We're on the same page, baby. Love that. Gonna get a shipper tonight. All right, so that's Cleveland, Miami. Let's get to Houston, Golden State. I missed the warm water comment too. I'm going to get to the room temp water and head to the pub later. That's what you got to do, baby. That's how it goes. That's how you get to the winner circle. I think Uncle T's been drinking warm water too. I think that's why he's been on such a heater.
Oh, that'll be the freaking day.
Uncle T, you been drinking warm water, buddy? Let us know in the chat. I know you're listening. Let us know. Or no, he's drinking warm dew. That's what he's doing. He's drinking warm dew. Calling it right now, Tony. I'm calling my shot. Warm dew for Uncle T. So Houston, Golden State. Let's get to this game because, again, we touched on it a little bit. Showdown side, main slate side. I think that from the Houston side, they need a Jalen Green or a Fred VanVleet in this game. They need one of those guys to be really good. Fred has been terrible in this series. I mean, shooting wise, he has been really bad. I just think it's got to be Jalen Green. And I know he had a bad game he's had 2 bad games. He had the one nuke game where we were on him, and then we kind of got off of him for the last game in Golden State. Draymond's making fun of him. He's talking about his nails, whatever. Jalen Green comes out and he's like, all Draymond does is talk. That's all he's good for is talking and stuff like that. I think we go back to the Jalen Green spot here, Tony. I think on a 2-game slate, I'm Jalen Green over Thompson, Fred VanVleet. I'm just Jalen Green in that spot right there. So give me Jalen. The Warriors don't even have anyone like in that range either. So just looking at it from like the full main slate perspective, I mean, Darius Garland's in that range. I don't think he plays. Andrew Wiggins is in that range. Give me Jalen Green. Draymond's in that range. Jared Allen. Like, give me him over all those guys. What do you think about that from like the full slate perspective? And then what are you doing with Houston?
Yeah, I mean, their season's on the line. All these zigzag stuff. Again, a ton is going to depend on Jimmy. So you need to be in our Discord, Run Pure Sports, sign up, because we can analyze all this stuff all we want. But a lot of this slate and this showdown are just going to come down to if Jimmy plays, because if he's out, let's just assume he's out because they're up 2-1. I think he could play. I honestly don't have any take, but just for the sake of the show, let's pretend he's out, because if he's in, everything's different, and these Houston plays are tough.
And honestly, it makes it better from like
makes it way
more
better.
things to talk about.
Like our content and our teams are going to be way better if he plays, but let's assume he's not, because it makes it more complicated. I think I'm still going to go back to my same take of Amen. Maybe I'm just going down with the ship, but I like you. First of all, I like Houston. I was on Golden State last game. Down 2-1. I'm on Houston tonight. If Jimmy plays, it makes it a little more hairy, but I'm on Houston. I think they play great. So the one thing I think it for sure has to be is Amen and Jalen, because I'm done with VanVleet. I know he beat me last game, but I don't think it was because he was amazing. I just think it was because he barely outscored the other two. Like you said, they were all very similar. And let's just pull it up. So
they all literally were like 1 to 2 points between each other.
Right around each other. And some of the other members had the Jalen side. I had Amen, some of the members had Jalen, and then the other member had VanVleet at 150K. So we had all the bases covered. The problem was I only had Amen. But so Amen played 37 minutes, 16 shots. Let me pull these other donkeys up. VanVleet played 41 minutes, 14 shots, and he made 3 threes. So I kind of think VanVleet played decent for him. And then Jalen Green, like you said, played bad, but he still shot the ball 11 times, 26. It's for sure Amen and Jalen for me. They need the athleticism. I trust their ceilings more. VanVleet is probably safer than both of them, just because he's just that guy that could get some assists, steals, minutes. But I'm ranking him 3. But I also will say I think they're all 3 decent enough plays on this slate. It's a 2-game slate. I hate the first game. I won't be surprised if the first game's another blowout. And you just have to play guys. And then you look at the Golden State side, like you said, I've tried to make Draymond happen. And I love Draymond once Jimmy was out. But, man, he just doesn't have it. I can't play Draymond over these guys. He just doesn't have it. He just doesn't. I'm going to play some Draymond just because of the price, but I just don't freaking see it. So I actually like Houston a lot. I mean, there's no way I'm not just stacking the second game, because you can wait for the Jimmy news. I seen someone in the chat said it too, but you can wait for the Jimmy news, play 1 or 2 pieces from the early game and root on a blowout. Play 1 or 2, play Ty Jerome and DeAndre and root on a blowout. You have all your flexibility late, and there's a million plays in this late game. And on top of it, I think we see a really good game, because I think Houston wins this.
I think Jared Allen fits a blowout script really well.
Him too, 100%.
I think Jared Allen, if you like blowout with Cleveland winning, I think Jared Allen, Ty Jerome, DeAndre Hunter all fit the blowout script really, really well.
The only problem with him is the center, like Steven Adams. Steven Adams is a great play, and Şengün is center too.
Yeah,
And
but
my
on
boy Pope.
DraftKings, you can play 2 centers.
Well, I know, but I think all these plays are like really good. Like Şengün, Adams, and well,
Yeah.
you don't like Post as much as me, but he's only 4K.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I think
he's a good. I agree with you though. Jared Allen's just a solid play.
Yeah, because like he's not losing as many minutes in a blowout. Like if you kind of look at it, like he's losing like a couple minutes, but not as many as some other guys are losing. You know, when you look at even like Donnie Mitch, I think Donnie Mitch loses double the minutes in a blowout than a close game. So that to me, and then on top of it, if they're missing a bunch of shots, Jared Allen's got a shitload of rebounding opportunities, and just that's how he smashes, right? Jared Allen gets a lot of easy buckets and a bunch of rebounds. That's kind of what you want. So,
I mean, these these Houston guys are good play. Like so Tari, I've loved how Tari Eason looks, but
dude, why doesn't he play more?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say that as you were saying it. Like he's looked really good and he's played 24 and 19. I just don't really see them boosting him. And you look at Dylan Brooks is always the one. I thought he played bad last game and he had fouls most of the game, and he still got 26 fantasy points. Like
he sucks.
I know he's just out there so freaking much that in his price he's under 5K. Like Houston has good plays tonight. I like Houston a lot. Like who don't you like?
Houston would be so much better if they played Tari Eason instead of Thompson or Brooks and went bigger, like Eason's big.
They're never not going to play Brooks, though, because they love his toughness.
Then pull Amen. Like, they won't do it because he's young and they probably don't want to kill his confidence.
Who don't you like from Houston at these prices?
Amen Thompson.
Şengün?
Amen Thompson.
So
how many times do I have to say Amen Thompson?
You still just hate him then.
I'll just keep saying it, but like, man, he just doesn't fit. They don't respect him offensively, which probably kills his confidence. Well, and I got a question for you. So he dropped 27 points fantasy-wise. He took 16 shots last game. 16 shots. Is he taking that again? Seriously.
If Jimmy doesn't play. If Jimmy plays, then I don't like it as much.
No, so you think Amen's going to go out there and shoot double-digit times again?
Yeah, I think he's going to be aggressive because they don't
respect him. They don't respect them. They want him to be aggressive.
A lot of his shots were like those driving, like floater-looking things, and I don't know, like
the problem is with Houston right now is they don't have a star like Steph, where Steph can just go to someone like Amen and be like, dude, you don't need to shoot to affect the game. Like, get me the ball. You know what I mean? Like, get me looks. Draymond, Amen should learn from Draymond in a way. Draymond will pass up a wide open shot to get a better shooter, maybe not the same shot, but a good enough shot. And right now, that's what Amen should be doing for his team, unless he's got a lane to the basket. Like, any other shot is bad. Don't shoot any other shot. Don't settle. Like that's what his team should be telling him right now. If you got to attack the basket, fine. But other than that, be athletic, get rebounds, play defense, and get us good looks. But I don't know. I just don't trust it is more what it is. And he's 7,100. Like 7,100 for Amen. You're going to pay that?
I mean, I don't know how the build's going to end up, but I do like him.
Yeah. 16 for Amen. Yeah. That's too much. I don't think he shoots 16 times again, but if he does, then you'll at least have a chance because that's a lot of shots.
I think Houston's going to come out super aggressive. I trust their coaches too. I don't love their roster. I like Houston a lot tonight.
I think Jalen Green's got to be more aggressive. He's got to be more like he was, just aggressive wise. We've seen
Jalen Green forever, though. We know how it's either going to be great or terrible. Like you always know that with him.
Oh, I know, but that's why I like him for tournaments, because you're either getting like the really, really good side or you're
Oh
just
yeah.
dead, but you know it. Like
I
there's
think he's
no
going to be good. Honestly,
I think he
Şengün
is
might be
too.
the guy I don't play just because he's 9K. That feels heavy to me on a full slate. And I know I'm going
Yeah.
to play him a bunch in Showdown, so it's almost like a natural hedge a little bit.
I like that take because again, in Showdown, he showed us that he can be not good and be
Yeah.
in the winner. Because
Right.
last slate, I mean, let's be honest. He had 35 fantasy points. Do we think he scores less than that?
No, I definitely think
So
he's
he
more.
hit his floor,
Yeah.
and
He
you're
missed a
telling me,
lot of easy shots too. Like he was a
and he
lot.
was in the winner on
Yeah.
Showdown with that bad score. So I don't know how you don't play him in Showdown.
And
Like
9K is a lot, full slate. And like you said with centers, like Steven Adams, I thought was pretty bad, and he had 20, and he's 3,500. And I mean, I have to play post as long as Jimmy's out. Everything changes with all this if Jimmy's in. Like so much changes.
What about Kuminga? What are you doing with Kuminga?
I don't know if I can go back to Kuminga, man. He's really bad.
You put out a tweet and it was kind of like on point where you were like, everyone knows exactly what Jonathan Kuminga is, and we still try and make him like
I said
thing.
everyone like loves him, and then Steve Kerr, who sees him every day for years, doesn't like him, and we think we know more than Steve Kerr. Like he sees him every day. Like these guys hate him. Like look at Steph's reaction when he shoots some of these. Like Steph
why didn't they trade him? They haven't liked him forever. Like, why haven't they pulled the trigger for whatever they get back? Like anything. That's just crazy.
I mean, if he starts again and he's 4,200, I just don't think
play him.
I honestly don't think they'll start him. He was so bad.
So who do you think they start? Moody? Because I don't think he started
Probably
last
go back
game.
to Moody. They at least trust Moody. Moody's not like as much upside as Kuminga physically, but they at least trust him. Like he closed the last whole quarter, right?
I'm pretty sure that they definitely trust him. Does Post not get 25 minutes if Jimmy plays? I definitely think it hurts his minutes if Jimmy plays. Tony?
I mean, I think he's definitely played his way into more minutes as the series is gone. But I'm gonna like him. Everything about this game just changes with Jimmy. If Jimmy's in, I would put him somewhere. I mean, low 20s minutes.
I mean, I think from what our boy said earlier, like I think they found a way to play Post regardless. Yeah, I guess
they need him in there. Looking at their roster, they need him in there.
Yeah, anyone who's not afraid to shoot and is a stretch, like with Draymond, like and they're playing Draymond.
Like, why would you play Kevon Looney over Post? Like, it's the same body, and he can't stretch at all.
Looney has nothing left too. Like he used to be like a really good like hustler, and he'd get all these like extra opportunities because he was a great rebounder. He's just got nothing left though in the tank. Like. Those knees are probably shot, Tony.
Yeah.
You know,
the guy that's going to definitely break everyone's heart tonight is Chalk too. Is definitely Buddy Hield coming off.
Buddy Hield.
We've seen this for so long. This dude will do that, and everyone's going to play him tonight at what is he? 3,600 in main slate and 36. Oh no, I got showed. No, I don't. He's 3,600 both slates. 3,600 main slate, 3,600 showdown.
He's going to be like one of the most popular plays if Jimmy's out.
And we've seen this for so many years. He will come back and have 8 fantasy points tonight. You watch, like, set your watch by it. And again, so when I say this, I play 150 teams in showdown. I'm not fading him. I'm just saying, don't get overly excited for him.
The hashtag Gary Trent from yesterday play.
That is the exact example. We know Gary Trent. We know him. Like, he is what he is. If you see these guys, don't get me wrong. There's young guys that can take. Amen Thompson, we know him right now, but he's going to keep taking leaps. Other guys are going to take leaps. Guys that we've seen for 10, 12 years, we know who they are. They're not changing.
So, okay, you know who's going to hurt him tonight? I'll tell you right now. Brandon Podziemski. Because
he was in foul trouble and played
Podziemski was sick one game. He only took 5 shots, played 14 minutes. And then the next game, 3 for 9. He's not shooting 9 times with no Jimmy. I'll take almost double that. That dude's going to shoot the ball like 15 times if Jimmy's out tonight. Like, so he's going to take some shots away. He's going to be more aggressive. I kind of like him too, Tony. If Jimmy's out, like, I think he's he's a perfect bounce back play. I don't know if people will be on him. I assume if Jimmy's out, people will probably play him, but I kind of like him to bounce back here. He's a guy too. I feel like he feeds off like the home crowd. He's definitely like the home crowd definitely helps him out a little bit energy wise. So I kind of like Podziemski here. I'm probably going to bump him. Okay. And if Jimmy's in, who in your mind gets hurt the most besides Post? Because you already said Post gets hurt. Is there anything else?
He like gets hurt a ton from him, but who gets hurt the most? I mean, all these wings. I mean, Buddy, Moody, Peyton. Some of these guys are so cheap anyways. Like all these guys are so cheap, but they can't all play because Curry, Butler, Draymond, even Pods are gonna play. So there's really only one spot. And
Kerr, he's going to rotate that spot. Yeah. Moody's going to play a little. Gary Payton's going to get his run. Buddy will get a
good
few.
Last game too.
I like Payton.
I would trust Payton more than Buddy and Moody at these prices. They're all similar.
I mean, Payton and Buddy will be different on this slate if Jimmy's out because everyone's going to click Buddy.
I like Payton more for sure because I don't need scoring with Payton either. If he scores, it's a bonus. He looked great last game. I've always liked his game too for what he is.
Pod's projecting at 39% right now. I mean, it's a 2-game slate.
And it's a two-game slate. I just would never even worry about that. 2-game slate, I'm not worried about it.
All right. So last thing, if Jimmy's out, captain plays on this slate. Are they just Steph and Şengün, or are you going to throw anyone else in that pool?
I think I'll branch out further, but it's going to be a small amount for sure. If let's just say it both ways. If Jimmy's in, 100%, I'm just playing Jimmy, Curry, Şengün.
Yep.
If he's out, though, I'm going to branch out a lot more tonight. And it's not going to be for a lot. So say I got 150, so 100%. I want to play like 70% Steph, captain, and then I want to go like 5%. A lot of these guys, 5%, more Şengün. I wasn't factoring Şengün. So say 50% Curry, 20 to 30% Şengün, and then like 5% Jalen, 5% Amen, 5% even Van Vliet, 5% Pods. I'm going to branch out a lot more than I usually do if Jimmy's out. I hope he's in. Just let Jimmy be in, and everything's easier for my whole night. Because I'm going to be stacking the late game in the main slate too, waiting for the Jimmy news. And honestly, I can react either way based on that. I can still have a bunch of plays either way. So. Yeah,
that makes sense.
We gotta wait.
I think for me, obviously, Steph is the top tier captain. Yeah, by a lot.
Even if I was playing like 10 teams, which most probably do, 5 to 10, I might just lock Steph or close to lock Steph.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna play 20 teams, and I don't think I'm gonna lock him, but
maybe 15 Steph, and then
I think you said it like 70% Steph, and then I'm probably gonna play like 30% Jalen Green because I think he's the only other Houston guy outside of Şengün that realistically can give me the number that I need at a cheaper price tag to actually be in the winner. I don't think Fred can get me 50. Like Jalen Green can get me 50. Like, I know he can. Like, will he do it? That's another question. But, he can do it. He can get me 60. He already got 60 in this series. I don't see any.
The only issue for Jalen is what we talked about last game. And I'll just, the build is so freaking easy with him. I think if I was going with him and as much value as we have, I would leave salary with the Jalen captain.
That's my plan.
Yeah, that's a good plan because just put the teams
because everyone's gonna have the top tier teams duped
a million times too.
Yeah,
just listen to the team.
I'm gonna literally go in there and X those teams out though. I'm gonna run it once. Yeah, I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna run it once or twice. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna X the clear easy builds. What's an easy build? Let's just do one real quick. So
it's the easiest. Jalen, Curry, Şengün, Peyton or whoever, Eason, Post, like those 3 mid-range guys fit perfect.
No, Buddy would be in that build, right?
Yeah, Buddy in there.
Yeah.
Any of those guys in that 3 to 4K range fit perfect.
So
Like,
you got. So what does that for like the last play? Like if you play Jalen, Cap, Şengün, Curry,
yeah,
I'll
or
throw
Peyton,
Pods
Post,
in there,
6K,
and then let's
like
throw. Okay, so if I do this team, Jalen Green captain, Şengün, Curry, Podziemski healed, that leaves 2,300 for your last spot.
Yeah.
And then you could take it a step further and go a little lower and play like a Brooks or something, and then you have, 3,500.
I actually think the build you just said will be pretty contrarian just because you only 2,300 for the last spot. So, like, there isn't anything there. The last cheap guy that is going to play is 3K.
So you'd have to leave probably 1,200.
You could play Looney, but are you really excited to play Looney? I mean, you could play Looney in that build, but and the problem is Santos didn't play last game. I don't think this is a blowout type game either. The only way I could see it blowing out actually is if Jimmy's out and Houston does the blowing out. I don't think there's a blowout, and then I don't think Golden State blows Houston out tonight.
The way Golden State kind of plays too, it's got to be really tough without Jimmy, to just blow this team out.
Dude, they struggled last game if they didn't have a few guys play incredible.
I mean, bro, they had Gary Payton gave him 16. Buddy Hield gave him
the game of his life.
Game of his life, 50% from 3.
Yeah.
If they're not getting those performances from those cheap guys,
if Jimmy sits tonight, I might bet my biggest amount of the whole playoffs on Houston. But that's how quick it flips. If Jimmy's in, then I don't love Houston. So we gotta wait on the Jimmy news for sure. If he's out, I cannot see Golden State winning this game without Jimmy.
I definitely want to play a bunch of Pods. Podziemski's the guy. He's gonna have a bigger game.
Good captain. What if you play him captain over?
Oh, geez. If you play him captain, maybe I should think about it too. This is the slate.
The funny thing is that's that could be an optimal build because it uses all the salary, but you got Peyton in there as their worst guy.
This could definitely be an optimal build. I'm just looking at it right now.
Don't leave any salary though. It's going to be duped so many times, but still.
Well, because think about it though. You can play the 2 best maybe offensive guys on each team, and then 3,300 for your last 2 spots.
Yeah, and Buddy and Peyton are going to play, so that's a good optimal build. You just know what you're getting. You're not going to solo win. It's a good build though. These are all the builds, though. We're teaching ourselves a lesson without realizing it, too. Look how good this build looks. That's another reason, though, to play the studs and a 1K guy. We're literally showing the blueprint. It looks so good, but you're going to be duped. And, you just don't – I don't know. We're literally –
And we say it we know Santos won't play. Or
They probably won't
Pat
play.
Spencer,
They're up 2-1 now.
Pat Spencer won't come in the game and play.
Correct.
We're
literally showing the blueprint while you go back to the studs.
Yeah.
It's just such an easy, clean build with the mid-tier captain. That's why people love it. Casual people want to finish their team with Peyton and Buddy Hield.
Yeah, they want to guarantee themselves minutes.
And they still got Şengün and Curry. People, I get it. I get it. All right. Yeah, I think we gave a blueprint. Obviously, if you want to, the full final thoughts when we get the Jimmy news and we get the starting lineups and everything like that, because who knows, Kirk could start a completely different, easily could start a different lineup here. So Kuminga started. I don't think Kuminga starts again.
I'm going to tell you right. I don't trust Kirk with that. They're up 2-1. If he decided to go play Santos and Pat Spencer tonight, would not shock me at all if he just randomly went back to those guys. So
definitely.
We'll see. I definitely think it's worth it. Get in the Rumpier Sports Discord. Use code RPS15. Get you 15% off and come hang out with us in the Discord. I saw my boy, our boy B Davis, hit for 5K. He had a nice little main slate. I don't know if it was main slate or if it was like the 2-game slate. I can't remember, but hit 5K. We had the member a couple days ago hit for the 50K solo shipper and showdown. Showdown's been a printer, man. We've had some good takes with the showdown. Hopefully keep it going tonight. We'll have all that content up. Again, though, don't expect it until we get the Jimmy news. So,
thank you for saying this, because I keep getting these messages, and it's like, guys, we're doing these shows every day. We're doing the content every day. Tonight, we cannot put that showdown stuff up until we get the Jimmy news. And then after we get it, it does take like some time to put our stuff together. It's not going to be out earlier than that.
And again, it's the most realistic that our stuff is if we do it that way. Like, we can do it, we can just put it up before and it won't mirror kind of what we're playing if that's what you want. But I think a lot of people want it to as closely mirror what we're playing as we can possibly give. So it's not going to come until the news comes. So,
and we've
obviously
been better with it. Like, I used to suck at getting stuff up early, but I've got stuff up early a ton lately. The only time we don't is when we're waiting on news. Like, we can't. You can't do it tonight.
Easier when there's not like multiple other sports like going on at the same time. Like, it's a lot harder when there's just
Saturday. They had me tilted with that in the one day. There's all the stuff we're doing, and they're like whining about the showdown. And I'm like, we're waiting on news.
Waiting on news.
And
like,
8 other sports going on that we're doing. Like, we can't just put it up and then have to redo it. I'm not going to put it all up and then redo it after the news hits.
Which is what's going to happen if we put it up like Jimmy's out and then Jimmy's in, and we're like, well, what the fuck? Like, now we just got to totally change everything because Jimmy's fucking in and we thought he was going to be out. So
he looked good on the bench, though. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes, because
the only reason why I'm thinking is Steve Kerr's up 2-1, and I know the way this dude thinks. He thinks all like about like his vets and the minutes and the strategy. If they were down 2-1, I know he'd be thinking more like, I got to push Steph or I got to push Jimmy, but they're up 2-1, so maybe be cautious. Like, that's the way he thinks, like, all the time, I feel like. So I'm sure Jimmy's trying to play, though. That it's not like he's like wants to sit.
This always happened for the Heat too, where he just will sit here and there with a little injury. His injury probably is bad, but I mean, even when they made the finals, he sat like a game each series.
Dude, his ass gotta be sore.
Oh, yeah.
It's still gotta be sore, man. That was a hard fall. Like, no matter what, like that was a hard damn fall. So yeah. All right. That's hopefully he's in, and then it's just
I hope he's
we
in
go
for
back.
sure. I definitely hope he's in.
But if he's not, like you said, it'll make it a little more complicated. That's a reason why you should sign up. Check out the content. Once we get it all up there, we'll have the 2-gamer content too for the main slate. We got baseball later today. I think it's like a 6-game slate. Some pretty good content.
My favorite days are Mondays, man. We got the short baseball slate, $5. There's a $5 150, which I love.
Yep, they got the 111
gamer. Huh?
They got the big 111 contest too on DraftKings for 100K.
It's a great baseball slate tonight.
Yep. Yeah. I think it starts at like 6:35.
Which I love too, because Hoop starts at 7:30. I love tonight. I feel great about it.
Yep.
An hour difference. Like, that's just I love that $5 on DK. Like, freaking love it.
I know you do. I know you love putting it all in there on those $5.
I love it. I love that $5. I even love the 8. I don't love it when it's like 18 though, because I love putting 150 in baseball. I just don't.
Why can't they just make it like 5, 10, 15, 20?
Yeah.
Why does it have to be 18? Like, why does it ever have to be
18? Because 18's basically 20 anyways, it feels like. So just make
That's
it
what I'm
20.
saying. Like, just make it 20 at that point. Like, just do it that way. But all right, that's going to do it here for the show. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be back same time. Think a little bigger slate tomorrow. So same time, same place.
Tomorrow or the next day, it's a 4-gamer, right?
So we actually have, depending on how some of these series go, we could have multiple 4-game slates this week.
And then a 1-gamer or something, right?
So Tuesday is 4 games. That's guaranteed. Wednesday is 3 games right now, but if Cleveland closes it out, it could be 2. And then Thursday is dependent on if Boston closes it out or if the New York Knicks. So like potentially Thursday, Tony, if Boston and New York win tomorrow, we could have a 1-game slate. It would be a 1-game showdown slate with our Nuggets, the Nuggets Clippers slate.
And if it's a 1-game showdown, it'll be the biggest prize pool we've had yet in showdown.
Oh man,
with it'd be a dream.
We might get like 250K up top or something like that. We might get like a massive prize pool. So I'm kind of rooting for that, honestly. Give us
the both those teams are going home too. They're going to close the deal.
Yeah, and then Friday is all dependent on if Milwaukee gets closed out on Tuesday, and
they're getting closed out for a lot of these series. It's closing time,
if the Lakers close it out, so we could potentially Friday go from a 4-game slate to a 1-game slate as well, with the Golden State Houston, because all those other series could get closed out. So we'll see. Definitely interesting if we get some big showdown. I hope we do. Honestly, I hope we get some big showdowns. For this finish out of the game. But all right, DraftKings, do that for us. If we get the 1 game, or give us a big, massive prize pool for the showdown slate, we'll pump it.
They will. There's not going to be baseball really Thursdays either. It's always travel day. Like that Thursday will be massive.
If the baseball slate is, I wonder if because normally there's only like a few games, and they're day games.
Thursday,
actually, there's more games. But
there's a bunch of day games, but there's not going to be night that day. So
that's what I'm saying. The main slate's probably going to be the day slate, like the bigger slate. So, all right, I hope we get a big showdown that day. That's gonna be awesome. So, all right, guys, check us out, runpuresports.com. We'll be back same time, same place tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Until then, for Big T and myself, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Good luck in your DraftKings bets and DFS. We're out of here. Peace.